Circulatory system. So body fluids and circulation ali actually we are studying the circulatory system. If you remember your animal kingdom classification, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಫೈಲ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you would have understood about two types of circulatory systems in all animals. You can classify circulatory system into two types in different animals: open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. So this chapter begins with an introduction to what is open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system, open, the name itself indicates blood does not flow in closed blood vessels, but instead it flows in the open coelom. Blood is going to flow in the coelom. Coelom is a body cavity. ನಿಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಬೇಕು. So when blood flows in the coelom or in the body cavity and does not flow within closed blood vessels, arteries, veins ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಲ್ಲ, blood directly coelom ಅಲ್ಲೇ flow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That blood filled coelom is given a special name called hemocoel. These are all very very important points for your NEET. Hemocoel is actually the blood filled body cavity or the coelom. Hem andre blood, seal, coelom. Okay. In which phylum do you find such an open circulatory system where the blood flows within the coelom? I'm sure if you remember, like I said, your animal kingdom chapter ನಿಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದ್ರೆ you can recollect that this is found in phylum Arthropoda. Arthropoda ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ, prawn, crab, lobsters, then you have insects, cockroach, termite, bee, wasp, you have arachnids, scorpion, spider, ಎಲ್ಲ arthropods ಅಲ್ಲೂ you find this kind of a open circulatory system. So in this sentence that I have given you, there are probable 2 or 3 questions. Hemocoel ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಓಪನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಯಾವ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, all those are probable questions for your NEET. Okay, next is closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system is found in all higher vertebrates. Higher vertebrates, vertebrates ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ 5 ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. Which are the 5 classes of vertebrates? Fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. ಇದು ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ವರ್ಟಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಫಿಶಸ್, ಆಂಫಿಬಿಯನ್ಸ್, ರೆಪ್ಟೈಲ್ಸ್, ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಟಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ you find the closed circulatory system. If you know what is open circulatory system, which you just now understood, I'm sure you can tell what is closed circulatory system. Here blood is going to flow within closed tubes, definite tubes. What are these closed tubes or definite tubes called? Those are only the blood vessels. Blood vessels. ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವೋ ಆರ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್, ವೇನ್ಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರೀಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, these are the blood vessels and blood is going to flow within these closed tubes or within these blood vessels. Then you call such a circulatory system as a closed circulatory system. So this is the introduction to today's chapter. Now we are doing this chapter, body fluids and circulation, in human physiology, correct? Human. That means man. So man alli yav tara circulatory system irutte? When I gave examples for closed circulatory system, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, I'm sure you know man is a mammal, correct? So definitely in man you're going to have the closed circulatory system. So human beings alli, man alli, it is a closed circulatory system. That is what we are going to discuss in this chapter. So when you take the circulatory system in man, that is a closed circulatory system, we will talk about 3 components in this circulatory system. The 3 components will be blood ಅಂತೂ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು, ಅದೇ ತಾನೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, blood flows in blood vessels, arteries, veins, capillaries. That was the definition or the description for the closed circulatory system. So blood is one component, correct? Then blood vessels will be the second component. And third, the most important component of this closed circulatory system in man will be the heart. Because if blood has to flow within these blood vessels, blood ಈ ತರ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸಂಪಿಂದ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಲ್ಲಿಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮೋಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಪ್ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಟ್ಯಾಪ್, ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. Illi, just like that motor, the pumping organ for this entire circulatory system is the heart. It is the pumping action of this highly muscular heart which will actually bring about circulation of blood within the blood vessels. So blood ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಓಡಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಈ heart, that is the muscular pumping organ, should keep on working. ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆನೆ ನಾವು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and that brings about the circulation of blood. So in the closed circulatory system of man, the three components are blood, blood vessels and heart. ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ, I have only done this chapter for you a few days earlier. You remember I told you blood is a fluid connective tissue. In fact, blood is also called vascular tissue. So there we have already discussed about the blood. Blood ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೀರಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, RBCs, WBCs, platelets, all these three are the blood cells, or what you can call as the blood corpuscles. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್, ವೇನ್ಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರೀಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. We don't have to study about blood vessels in detail. That means finally now what is it that we have to study in detail in this chapter? We have to mainly talk about the heart. Heart du anatomy ಓದಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಆ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ತರ ಬರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಲೇಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. How will that pacemaker SAN originate the heartbeat? How during the heartbeat there is a cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle nadita iruvaga heart sounds anta barutte. All those are important questions for NEET. Anyway, we'll start with the anatomy of the heart. Anatomy of the heart ge introduction alli, you know, heart is situated in the thoracic cavity, a little towards the left hand side. Idella simple points. You know, it is a triangular or a conical shaped organ. Triangular athwa conical shape alli irutte. Highly muscular irutte. That means the walls of the heart will be made up of muscles. Which muscles? This you would have studied in your, again, structural organization in animals, that is tissues alli odirtira. The muscles in the walls of the heart are the cardiac muscles. So idella nimge gottide. Along with that, we will also give one more point for introduction, that is protection. How is the heart protected? How is the heart protected? The heart is protected by two pericardial membranes. Idella important for your NEET. Pericardial membranes are connective tissue membranes. I said there are two pericardial membranes surrounding the heart. That means ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪ, ಓಕೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುತ್ತು ಎರಡು ಪೆರಿಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿ ಔಟರ್ ಪೆರಿಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್, ನಾನು ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಔಟರ್ ಪೆರಿಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. This is called the parietal pericardium. outer pericardial membrane is called the parietal pericardium. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ which is called the visceral pericardium. ನಾನು ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇರೋದು visceral pericardium. So there are two pericardial membranes, outer parietal and inner visceral. Now the way I have drawn in the rough diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, between the two pericardial membranes there is a pericardial cavity. ಈ ಜಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಅದು pericardial cavity. Pericardial cavity will not be empty, it will be filled with one fluid. The fluid which fills up this pericardial cavity is called the pericardial fluid. ನಾನು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು pericardial fluid. So the two pericardial membranes are not very close to each other. There is a gap or a cavity between them. That is a pericardial cavity, and this cavity is filled with the pericardial fluid. Okay, so this I have discussed for protection of the heart, isn't it? So how does this become protective? The two membranes are of course protective membranes. Apart from that, this fluid acts as a shock absorber. That means it will protect the heart from mechanical shocks and injuries. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಏಟ್ ಆದರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಏಟ್ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಹಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, because this fluid will absorb the shock. So it protects the heart from mechanical shocks and injuries. Okay, this much is the introduction. Now if you have to deal with the anatomical details of the heart, we always have to take a vertical section. Vertical section is also called a longitudinal section. ಮೇಲೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೋ that is a vertical section. ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಮೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆವರೆಗೂ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಸರಿ, ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಪ್ಪ? ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇನ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್, ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ 4 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ 4 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, 4 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ 4 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ 2 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಇದು ಒಳಗಡೆದು ವ್ಯೂ, ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಒಳಗಡೆದ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ 2 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ which are thin walled and spongy, smaller thin walled and spongy chambers, those are the auricles. ನಾನು ಏನು ಚಿತ್ರ ಬರೆದ್ರೇನು, this side is right and that side is left. Okay, so this will be the right auricle and that side will be the left auricle. So there are 2 auricles, right and left, which are the upper chambers. Automatically ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್, the 2 lower chambers which are larger, which are thick walled, these are called the ventricles. So ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ 2 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆರಡು, which are thick walled, which are larger, actually highly muscular, those are the ventricles. So same thing, we will call this the right ventricle and that side will be the left ventricle. So these are the 4 chambers. But ಈ 4 ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. So along with the chambers you have to talk about the blood vessels associated with the heart. Which are the major blood vessels associated with the human heart? ಈ right auricle ಗೆ 2 major veins will be opening into the right auricle. Which are these 2 major veins? The 2 major veins opening into the right auricle, ಮೇಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿರೋದು superior vena cava, ಮೇಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿರೋದು superior vena cava and ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು inferior vena cava. This is all important if the diagram question is asked in your NEET. So ಮೇಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋ ವೇನ್ಗೆ ಸುಪೀರಿಯರ್ ವೀನ ಕೇವ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋ ವೇನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಯರ್ ವೀನ ಕೇವ. These two veins are opening into the right auricle. If they are veins, that means what blood are they bringing? They are bringing the deoxygenated blood or the impure blood into the right atrium athwa right auricle. It is better to say atrium. Human heart alli auricle kinta better word is atrium. So these two veins are bringing impure blood into the right atrium. ಸರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ? ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಏಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್, ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಏಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಪ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ ಅಪರ್ಚರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರೈಟ್ auriculoventricular aperture. This is the right auriculoventricular aperture. Okay. So whatever impure blood was in right atrium has come to right ventricle. Allinda illige bandbitide. Ee right atrioventricular aperture is guarded by a valve. Okay, I'll write the, I don't know what color to use. You can give me some more colors. That's all only. Good. Okay. I can use that now. Okay. So between this right atrium and right ventricle, I said there is this right auriculoventricular aperture. That aperture is guarded by a valve. That valve, which I am drawing in green color here, that valve has three flaps. So because it has three flaps, that is called the tricuspid valve. So you can get a question, the valve between the right atrium and right ventricle is called. So what is it called? It is the tricuspid valve. Okay. Then ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಾನು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್. ಆನ್ ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್. Okay. On the left hand side, you have this left atrium and left ventricle. Between the left atrium and left ventricle, you will have the septum. The septum or the muscular partition between the left atrium and left ventricle. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಅಪರ್ಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ called left atrioventricular aperture. Now this left atrioventricular aperture is again guarded by a valve. That valve has only two flaps. So because this valve has only two flaps, that is called the bicuspid valve. So left hand side aliro valve anna now bicuspid valve anta karitivi because there are only two flaps. This bicuspid valve is also given another name. It is called the mitral valve. This itself can be a neat question. Mitral valve is nothing but the bicuspid valve. Okay. So that much is regarding the two auricles or atria, the two ventricles. Right side alli tricuspid valve, left side alli bicuspid valve. Iga next ಏನು from this, the red went away. Oh, okay, there I can click. Oh, very good. Okay. So now we have to talk about the other blood vessels, correct? The other blood vessels alli from the right side, there will be one major artery arising. Idu right ventricle inda one major artery barutte called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery will arise from the right ventricle. It will go up and then it is going to actually divide into two branches which will carry this impure blood. ಈಗ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ತಾನೇ ಇರೋದು, ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟರಿ will carry the impure blood to the lungs for purification. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ impure blood ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಏಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಇಂದ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ದಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ವಯಾ ದಿಸ್ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ಟು ದ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು it will take that impure blood to the lungs for purification. So from the right ventricle, which blood vessel is arising? Pulmonary artery. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಅದು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನೋ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಪಲ್ಮಿನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದಾನು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆಪ್ಪ, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ left ventricle is the biggest artery of our body, which I am drawing in red. That is the aorta. ಈ aorta ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, when you see it inside the heart, the aorta is actually below the pulmonary artery. When you see it inside the heart, the aorta is below the pulmonary artery, ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ದಿ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಅಬೌವ್ ದ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. It becomes the left aortic arch, and there you will see it is above, in front of the pulmonary artery. That means ivaga nan pulmonary artery anna complete ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ದೋಸ್ ಟೂ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಟೂ. It will take the impure blood to the lungs ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. So now I will label that as the pulmonary artery. So ಇದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ important. When you imagine the heart, inside the heart, pulmonary artery is in front and aorta is below. Outside the heart, aorta is in front and pulmonary artery is below. Okay, so from the right ventricle arises the pulmonary artery. From the left ventricle arises the aorta. At the base of these two arteries, again you have valves. What are the valves at the base of the arteries? You have the semilunar valves. ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. At the base of pulmonary artery and at the base of the aorta, you have something called semilunar valves. Idu important. Semilunar means half moon shaped valves at the base of the pulmonary artery and the aorta. That means totally in the heart there are 4 valves. Tricuspid valve between the right atrium and right ventricle, bicuspid valve between the left atrium and left ventricle, 2 sets of semilunar valves, one at the base of the pulmonary artery and the other at the base of the aorta. Wherever there are valves, what is the basic function of valves in the heart? In any animal actually, what is the basic function of the valves in the heart? Valves are always meant to prevent backward flow of blood. This itself can be a neat question. Function of valves is to prevent backward flow of blood. What do you mean by preventing backward flow of blood? Andre enartha? Ivaga impure blood will come from right atrium to right ventricle. Allinda that impure blood has to go to pulmonary artery. It should not go back to the right atrium. Impure blood should not go back to the right atrium. So tricuspid valve will prevent that. ಸರಿಯಪ್ಪ, ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು. Pulmonary artery has taken it to the 2 lungs for purification. So pulmonary artery will take that impure blood to the lungs for purification. Lungs ಅಲ್ಲಿ blood ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ the pure blood will come back to the left atrium. Pure blood will always come back to the left atrium. Who will bring the pure blood back to the left atrium? There are 4 pulmonary veins. ಈ ತರ 4, 2 ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So there are 4 pulmonary veins which are actually opening into the left atrium. What are these pulmonary veins doing? They are bringing the pure blood back into the left atrium of the heart. ನಾನು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಗೆ ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಈ ಥರ pure blood is coming into the left atrium. Who is bringing this pure blood? The pulmonary veins are bringing the pure blood into the left atrium. Sorry. Left atrium in the, where will that pure blood come? From left atrium, that pure blood will flow into the left ventricle. Left atrium and the pure blood will come to left ventricle. So you should remember, right side of the heart will always have impure blood. Left side of the heart will always have pure blood. Sorry. ಈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು? ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ವಯಾ ದಿಸ್ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ will be carried by the aorta outside the heart, and then that aorta will divide into a large number of branches. Actually aorta in left ge turn ಮಾಡಿ heart ಹಿಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು it will come down, and that will actually become the dorsal aorta. All this will further branch. All this will branch and it will give that pure blood to different parts of the body. ನಾವು ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಆರ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ and all its branches in order to be supplied to different parts of the body. When pure blood comes from left atrium to left ventricle, it has to only go to aorta. It should not go back. It should not go back to left atrium. So what prevents that backward flow of blood? Bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve will make sure blood will not go back to the left atrium. It has to only go to the aorta. ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ಕೂಡ್ದು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್. ದಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಶುಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್. ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್? ಸೆಮಿಲೂನಾರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟರಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಈಗ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ, when pure blood goes from left ventricle to aorta, it should not come back. It should keep going ahead only. It should keep going in the aorta. It should go to all the branches and it should be supplied to different parts of the body. So that backward flow of blood will be again prevented by semilunar valves. That is why we say valves prevent backward flow of blood in the heart. Okay. So this much is one rough idea about the anatomy of the human heart. Of course, there are further details. I'll quickly do that. The flaps of this tricuspid and bicuspid valves, the flaps of the tricuspid and bicuspid valves are attached to the walls of the ventricle by means of thread-like structures. These thread-like structures are called the chordae tendineae. The flaps of the tricuspid and bicuspid valves are attached to the walls of the ventricle by means of these thread-like structures called chordae tendineae. So what are chordae tendineae andre? ಈ ತರ thread-like structures ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ? It is attaching the flaps of those valves to the walls of the ventricle. That is some more details about the anatomy of the heart. Okay, I think this much is sufficient. But from this, what is the understanding that you should get? Not only the structure, you should be able to understand some more finer points. Although auricles are smaller, thin-walled, spongy chambers, ventricles are larger, thick-walled, highly muscular chambers. Why are auricles or atria thin-walled? Why are they not very muscular? Because we always say that atria are receiving chambers. Receiving chambers. What do you mean by saying that atria or auricles are receiving chambers? They are only receiving the blood, isn't it? The right auricle or the right atrium has to receive impure blood from that superior and inferior vena cava. The left atrium or left auricle has to receive pure blood from the lungs. So they have to simply sit there and receive the blood. That is why they are called the receiving chambers. Whereas ventricles tagondre, ventricles are called distributing chambers. Why are ventricles referred to as distributing chambers? You know this right ventricle has to distribute that impure blood or deoxygenated blood to the lungs. It has to take the blood till the lungs. It has to distribute. So it's a distributing chamber. ಅದೇ ತರ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಡಿ. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಟು ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್. That is why it's a distributing chamber. When ventricles are distributing chamber, naturally they should contract with greater force. Only when they contract with more force, blood can go from them to some other part of the body. Ventricle in the blood ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ventricles should be able to contract with greater force. That is why ventricles are highly muscular chambers. Are you people understanding? Are you following? ಏನು ಸರ್ ಏನು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? They're following. Any questions still here before we go to the next topic? This is anatomy of heart. ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಫ್ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. Now without wasting time, we'll go into the next topic. After anatomy, next we have to deal with origin and conduction of heartbeat. This is also a very, very important topic for your NEET. Several possible questions from here. Origin and conduction of heartbeat. So before we go to origin and conduction, you first tell me what is heartbeat. Heartbeat, you know, is the alternate and rhythmic contraction and relaxation of all the four chambers of the heart. Alternate and rhythmic contraction and relaxation of all the four chambers of the heart is defined as the heartbeat. ಈ rhythmic ಅಂತ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, please understand that all the four chambers will not contract together and then all the four chambers relax together. ಆ ತರ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ ventricles contraction ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Because when auricles contract, blood from the auricles will flow to the ventricles. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ventricles contract ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. When ventricles contract, blood from the ventricles will go to the respective arteries. Auricles ಬೇರೆ, arteries ಬೇರೆ. Blood from the ventricles will go to respective arteries ಅಂದ್ರೆ, from right ventricle it will go to pulmonary artery, from left ventricle it will go to aorta. ಈ ventricles contraction ಮುಗೀತಾ ತಿರ್ಗಾ auricles will start the next contraction. So that is why we use this word rhythmic. Alternate and rhythmic contraction and relaxation of all the four chambers of the heart is nothing but heartbeat. Okay. So how is this heartbeat originated in the human heart? Where will it get initiated? Where will it originate? And then how will it be conducted? Conducted means ella chambers go adeng hogutte. That is what we are now going to study in this topic. origin and conduction of heartbeat. So for that again I'll draw one rough diagram of the heart. Now please understand, I'm not drawing the section of the heart. I'm not drawing the section. Instead we are showing the outside view, surface view. ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, that is what I am now showing. This is not a section, this is not the internal view. ಸೊ ಇದೆರಡು ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೆರಡು ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಔಟರ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ origin and conduction of heartbeat, first thing you have to tell about the pacemaker. Pacemaker is a group of specialized cardiac muscles, very important for your NEET. Pacemaker is a group of specialized cardiac muscles present in the wall of the right atrium. Right atrium, the wall alli irutte. This is called sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node. It's abbreviated as SAN. Very, very important. So the pacemaker of the human heart is located in the wall of the right atrium. It is the SAN. Why are we calling it the pacemaker? Because it is from this pacemaker that electrical impulses are generated. SAN is capable of generating electrical impulses, and because of those electrical impulses, a wave of contraction will begin. A wave of contraction will begin in the SAN. Okay. A wave of contraction begins in the SAN andre that is only the heartbeat. Contraction shuru aitu, heartbeat shuru aitu. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ? ರೈಟ್ ಏಟ್ರಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ? ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸಸ್ and that has brought about the initiation of heartbeat or the origin of heartbeat in the right atrium. From right atrium that heartbeat will quickly go to left atrium. ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡು atrium ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. So that wave of contraction will travel to left atrium. That's why I said both the atria, both the auricles will first start their contraction. Okay. Ivaga wave of contraction should come to ventricles, isn't it? That is why we say origin and conduction of heartbeat. Origin aitu, iga heartbeat heng originate aide anta gottagide. How will that get conducted? How will it come to the ventricles? Adanna artha madkobekadre, just below the SAN there is another group of specialized cardiac muscles. I keep telling you about specialized cardiac muscles because the entire wall of the heart is made up of cardiac muscles, but these are all specialized cardiac muscles. So SAN ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು group of specialized cardiac muscles ಇದೆ. You look at this diagram, you can make out it is between the atrium and the ventricle. ಆ junction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Please understand, ಇದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, heart ದು surface ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. So this group of specialized cardiac muscles which is between the atrium and the ventricle is called atrioventricular node. Atrioventricular node can be abbreviated as AVN. So ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋದು SAN, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು AVN. AVN ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? AVN cannot generate its own electrical impulses. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. SAN matra is a pacemaker because it is able to generate its own electrical impulses. AVN can capture the impulses generated from the SAN. From SAN, whatever impulses is generated is captured by the AVN. So when AVN captures all those impulses, captures the impulses generated by the SAN, that time ಇವಾಗ impulses ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. AVN has captured all those impulses. One wave of contraction will start in the AVN. When AVN captures those electrical impulses generated by the SAN, a wave of contraction starts in the AVN. That wave of contraction will go down like this in between the two ventricles via one bundle of specialized cardiac muscles. This bundle of specialized cardiac muscles is called the bundle of His. Bundle of HIS capital. His is the name of a person. So bundle of His is a bundle of specialized cardiac muscles coming from the AVN and running between the two ventricles, that is in the interventricular region. That wave of contraction which started from the AVN will now be transmitted or conducted through this bundle of His. ಸರಿ, ಬಂಡಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೌ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಟೂ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್. ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೂ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್, ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ and the left bundle branch. So the bundle of His is further divided into the right bundle branch and the left bundle branch. Okay, right bundle branch, as the name indicates, will go to the right ventricle, wall of the right ventricle. Left bundle branch, as the name indicates, will go to the wall of the left ventricle. So each of them will go to the walls of those respective ventricles. Right side alli right bundle branch, left side alli left bundle branch. Now this right bundle branch will further divide into a large number of smaller, highly branched, interconnected muscle fibers. Please understand, these are all muscle fibers, not nerve fibers. These are all not nerves, these are all muscle fibers. Muscle ke fiber anta yaake heltivappa? Because muscle cells are very very thin, elongated, thread like. That is why muscle cells can also be called muscle fibers. So I am saying the right bundle branch will now divide into a large number of smaller interconnected muscle fibers, which are called Purkinje fibers. These are all very very important for your NEET. ಹಳೆ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ Purkinje fibers. So if you look at the diagram, what do you understand? Purkinje fibers are spreading throughout the walls of the right ventricle, isn't it? Purkinje fibers are spreading throughout the walls of the right ventricle. ಸರಿ, ಈಗ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ? ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. Always remember, our left ventricle is very very important. Why our left ventricle is so important? It has to pump, it has to contract with so much force that the blood has to go through the aorta into the various branches of the aorta to be supplied to all parts of the body, all parts. Left ventricle ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ pure blood will not reach head, brain, sense organs, and then intestine, that means entire digestive system, liver, kidney, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಅ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸುಪೀರಿಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಸಬ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸುಪೀರಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೋ ಸಬ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ಸ್ into left superior and left inferior. Okay, next what will happen? This left superior and left inferior will again divide into same Purkinje fibers. That means left superior indanu ishtondu smaller interconnected muscle fibers, not nerve fibers, muscle fibers ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಯರ್ ಇಂದಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ತರ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್, ಮಸಲ್ ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ Purkinje ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ Purkinje ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, you have a widespread network of Purkinje fibers in the wall of the left ventricle. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ವಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಆಚೆ ವಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ wave of contraction started in the AVN, that wave of contraction will come to bundle of His. Via the bundle of His, that wave of contraction will travel to right bundle branch, left bundle branch. Then it will go to all the Purkinje fibers. That means what? Whatever wave of contraction started in the AVN is now conducted. It is taken to all the parts of the ventricles, both right ventricle as well as left ventricle. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಆ ವೇವ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು. That's why this entire topic is called origin and conduction of heartbeat. Origin was in SAN, conduction is via this AVN and this entire system. If you get questions, which is a pacemaker of the human heart, please don't say AVN. AVN is not the pacemaker. SAN is a pacemaker. Okay, AVN is only meant to conduct the heartbeat. So this is a very, very important topic. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂರೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮಯೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ? The pacemaker is only responsible for origin of heartbeat, isn't it? Pacemaker is our SAN. What do you mean by pacemaker is responsible for origin of heartbeat? ಈ cardiac muscles, pacemaker is nothing but a group of cardiac muscles, special cardiac muscles. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ impulses generate ಆದಾಗ heartbeat ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That means what we just now spoke about in the human heart is a myogenic heart. Myo is for muscles. So myogenic heart, genic is generation. So myogenic heart is where generation of the heartbeat is from the muscles. Generation of heartbeat is from the muscles. That is a myogenic heart. Also, in this generation of heartbeat from the muscles, our nervous system does not play any important role. Nervous system, brain in the ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Brain does not initiate heartbeat. It is the muscles in the heart itself which is generating or initiating heartbeat. Such a heart is called a myogenic heart. I said brain will not be responsible for initiating heartbeat. Brain is definitely responsible for controlling the rate of heartbeat, speed of heartbeat, nature of heartbeat. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ brain ಇಂದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But initiation or generation of heartbeat, origin of heartbeat is from the muscles. Therefore, it is a myogenic heart. In all vertebrates, including man, you have a myogenic heart. Vertebrates, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ myogenic heart. How do you understand this better? ಇವಾಗ humans ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರಬಹುದು, a person goes into a coma. Coma is brain death. Brain would have died. Brain is not working. But the heart of that person continues to beat. Even in coma, the heart continues to beat. Why? Because the heartbeat is not controlled by the brain. Heartbeat is initiated from the pacemaker. That is why a person in coma cannot be declared dead. When do you declare a person medically dead? When the heart stops beating. So in a myogenic heart, even if the brain is dead, heart continues to beat. Okay. So as against this, that means compared to this, which is the other type of heart? Neurogenic heart. That was myogenic heart. The other type is neurogenic heart. ನೀವೇ ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನ್ಯೂರೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ it is a nervous system which is responsible for generation or initiation of heartbeat. Nervous system, brain is responsible for initiation or generation of heartbeat. This is found in lower invertebrates. So neurogenic heart will be found in invertebrates like nimdu earthworm, cockroach, ಏನೇ ಆಗಲಿ, all these invertebrates. ನಾನು earthworm, cockroach ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಇದ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈಪ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ you have done the type study of all this. So in such invertebrates, you find it is a neurogenic heart. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, as soon as the brain is dead, as soon as the brain is dead, the heart will also stop beating. Why? Because the nervous system, the brain is only is actually controlling the initiation of heartbeat. So brain dead agid takshana the heart will stop. Okay, so that is the difference between a myogenic heart and a neurogenic heart. These are all very important from your NEET point of view. Saripa. So origin and conduction of heartbeat aitu. Next topic eno. If you come to the next topic in this chapter of body fluids and circulation, again a very very important topic. You should know what is a cardiac cycle. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆವಾಗನೇ ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಕಲ್? ವಿಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಆಸ್ a sequential flow of blood. You should pay attention to the words that I use. Sequential flow of blood. Sequence andre eno? One after the other. Simultaneous andre jotege. Sequence andre ondadmele ondu. So sequential flow of blood means one after the other. First from the auricles to the ventricles, auricles or atria, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕರೀರಿ, auricles to ventricles, and second from ventricles to the respective arteries. A sequential flow of blood, first from the auricles to the ventricles, and then from the ventricles to the respective arteries. This is how you define cardiac cycle or understand what is cardiac cycle. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Blood is going to go from auricles to ventricles, and then it has to go from ventricles to the respective arteries. That means now if I show the heart in a diagrammatic box like illustration, ಇದೆರಡು auricles ಅಪ್ಪ. ಈ ಕಡೆದು ರೈಟ್ ಆರಿಕಲ್, ಆ ಕಡೆದು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆರಿಕಲ್. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆರಡು ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆದು ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್, ಆ ಕಡೆದು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆರಿಕಲ್, that is left auricle. This is right ventricle, and that is left ventricle. Okay, you know from right ventricle arises the pulmonary artery. ನಾನು ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ ಆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ arises the pulmonary artery. Okay, from left ventricle arises the aorta. Because we are saying from ventricles to the respective arteries ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಆರ್ಟರಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ, ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಯೋರ್ಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೌ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಕಲ್, we are saying cardiac cycle is a sequential flow of blood, one after the other. Sequential flow of blood, first from the auricles to the respective ventricles. That means from right auricle to right ventricle, left auricle to left ventricle. First from auricles to ventricles, then from ventricles to the respective arteries. From ventricles to the respective arteries andre, from right ventricle to pulmonary artery, right ventricle to pulmonary artery, and left ventricle to aorta. The ventricle to arteries, respective arteries, right ventricle to pulmonary artery, left ventricle to aorta. This sequential flow of blood is a cardiac cycle. ಸರಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ we have to divide this cardiac cycle into 5 steps. What are the 5 steps of the cardiac cycle? We can list it out as first would be, the first step is beginning of auricular systole. Beginning of auricular systole. Okay. Now, until now, I have been using the word contraction and relaxation. Whenever we talk about heart, we say contraction, relaxation. Contraction ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪದ, ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಪದ ಏನು? ಸಿಸ್ಟೋಲ್. ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟೋಲ್. ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪದ ಏನಿದೆ? ಡಯಸ್ಟೋಲ್. ಅನದರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಯಸ್ಟೋಲ್. So wherever I use the word systole, it is contraction. Where I use the word diastole, it is relaxation. So in cardiac cycle alli 5 steps ide. 5 steps alli first is beginning of auricular systole. That means auricular contraction. Next would be beginning of ventricular systole. Beginning of ventricular systole. That means ventricular contraction. Ventricles will start contracting anta artha. Third step, phase of increasing pressure in the ventricles. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೆ you will be able to answer several questions in the NEET. Phase of increasing pressure in the ventricles. Ventricles ಅಲ್ಲಿ pressure ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು phase of increasing pressure in the ventricles. Fourth step would be beginning of ventricular diastole. Beginning of ventricular diastole. Diastole andre relaxation. So beginning of ventricular diastole. And konedu last step will be phase of decreasing pressure in the ventricles. Phase of decreasing pressure in the ventricles. ನೀವು ಈ 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅದು ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರಿಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟೋಲ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಲ್ ದ 4 ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್. Beginning of ventricular systole, phase of increasing pressure in ventricles, beginning of ventricular diastole, phase of decreasing pressure in the ventricles. Why are we concentrating so much on the ventricles? Ventricles are only important chambers when you talk about the cardiac cycle. Ventricles are only the distributing chambers. Okay. Now, how do you understand each of these steps? Beginning of auricular systole. Systole means contraction. So, ಈ ಎರಡು auricles will start contracting. They will start contracting. Contraction ಏನಂದ್ರೆ volume decreases, pressure will increase. Contraction means ಎರಡು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So, volume decreases, pressure increases. When pressure increases, what will happen? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು pressure ಬಂದಾಗ blood from the auricles will be pushed to the respective ventricles. ಅಲ್ಲಿ pressure ಅಷ್ಟಿದೆ, so ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ blood will be pushed to the ventricles. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಾದರ್, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರೆಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಲೆ ಕಟ್ಸೋಣ. ನಾವು ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪುಶ್ ಟು ದ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರಿಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸರಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಏನು? ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ, ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ ventricles will start contraction. When ventricles start contraction, and how do you understand why is that auricles are contracting first and ಅದು ಮುಗಿತಾನೆ ಯಾಕೆ ventricles contract ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ? ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ contract ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ? I told you when I defined heartbeat. Heartbeat is the alternate and rhythmic contraction and relaxation of all the 4 chambers of the heart. All the 4 chambers cannot contract together and relax together. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಆರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗಿತಾನೆ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ SAN ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಆರಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಾನೇ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟೋಲ್ ಇಸ್ 2 ventricles will start contracting. When ventricles contract